Hey, everybody, quick word before we get to the actual episode. There are some audio glitches that occur throughout this recording. So if that's too much for you, feel free to bail, but it's a really fun episode. Enjoy. Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, we're too young for math. It's dangerous to go alone, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
It's going great. Super excited for tonight's episode and super excited that we have a great guest with us.
Joining us tonight, comedian, hosts of the Video Games, a comedy show, Jeremy Schmidt is here.
Yeah, thanks so much for this, especially because we roped you into this, and I don't think you knew what you were getting yourself into.
I got a very brief text. It seemed frantic from Patrick. It seemed like maybe you were on the run.
Read is frantic.
Yeah, but it sounded like a lot. I was very interested in it, and I've been having FOMO since you guys had Connor on.
Oh, yes, of course.
You know,
We've
which
had
is
Connor on
great.
a couple times.
A couple times even. I had a snagglepuss moment there. I was so perturbed by what I was hearing.
I just wanted to summon the text that I used to invite you on the show. I believe the text reads, would you be interested in doing a Pokemon adjacent NCS with me and Mark on Wednesday? That was it. That was all the information you had.
You can hear how sweaty it is.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised you could hold the phone and type that.
I mean, it's slipping out of my hand.
Just kidding. Obviously, an honor to for the voice originally, but he was a longtime fan of listener to the show. He does a great job. This is a great Nintendo-centric podcast, but I also appreciate when you guys deviate and talk about other stuff too. It's always a good time.
Thank you.
Love to deviate. Thank you for saying kind things. You should also participate in the Sonic Forces borrowing program, which all you got to do for that is you got to email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com, and give us a mailing address. We can send you my copy of Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch. You play it for as long as you want. You send it back. I pay for postage both ways. It's the perfect borrowing program. One thing that may happen is there may be a copy of Untitled Goose Game inside a box that says Sonic Forces, but that's fine. That's part of the program. You shouldn't stress out about it. You shouldn't be worried. It's fine.
It makes it no less perfect.
No less perfect. Thank you.
Here's another thing you could do, but you should not be stressed out about.
Don't be stressed out about it.
You could leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere that you get your podcast. We appreciate it so much when you do. It helps people find the show. Patrick and I love reading your reviews. And if you leave us a review on the US Apple Podcast Store, we can see it, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. If you leave us a review anywhere else, we can't see it, but we appreciate it no less.
We refuse to see it.
That's right. Yeah, we could see it maybe in theory on some podcatchers, but we choose not to. That doesn't mean that we don't want to give you a shout out. We're just lazy. So send us an email, hit us up on Twitter, let us know, and we'll give you a shout out on the show. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who has left us a 5-star review or favorited us or starred us or whatever you can do on your podcatcher or to share the show. We appreciate it so much.
And also, a final thing, and then we're Jeremy. Then we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into this Pokemon adjacent thing.
I'm excited.
People should join our Discord. We're having fun conversations in there about Nintendo stuff all the time. It is a fun, chill place where people are cool and interesting and nice and want to talk about Nintendo stuff. So email us, hit us up on Twitter. We will send you an invite to get in. So weirdos are in there, right? Well, all weirdos are invited. That's right. It's like non-creeps. That's right. All right.
Freaks, but not creeps.
Ooh.
Freaks before creeps, for sure.
Definitely before. Yes, that's right.
Yeah, big fan of freaks. I like the Freak Nation.
Yeah.
But creeps not.
Creeps,
so
get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of here, creeps. We don't need you. All right, let's get into it. Let's determine our Pokemon starter type. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to determine scientifically, using math and science, what our preferred Pokemon starter type is. Now, we are doing this, I think, for two reasons, right? One is that Splatoon is making us choose.
That's right.
One of the types.
The next Splatfest is based on what starter do you want to represent?
That's right.
And I feel like, Jeremy, what is your relationship with the Pokemon franchise? Like, where would you say you are on like the continuum of fandom?
I mean, I was perfect age, right place, right time for the original games. I played those to where I wore out my Game Boy, and then that was like I went to high school, and then I didn't play Pokemon until much later on in life when I had a job and I could afford to buy a 3DS game. I played X and Y. Big fan of those games. Seems like I do a generation every 10 years or so.
Did you play Sword and Shield?
I did play Sword and Shield, but I would say that there's two ways to play a Pokemon game. One is you collect everything and you go freaking nuts on it. But then the other way is where you just kind of beat the game and play it like a regular game,
right?
And then you say it sucks later, which is kind of how I felt about Sword and Shield. I was like,
there's a third way. There's a third
way.
Third way is you put about 7 hours into one of these games.
Yeah.
And then you stop playing.
That's Sun and Moon for me. It just didn't grab me, whatever it was. But I have high hopes for this new one. I think this new one might be one. It looks good, but we'll see. I hate the art style in the new Pokemon games so far. I always hope they change. Did you guys ever see Detective Pikachu?
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Real face. What about because I feel like one of the big features of Pokemon games are these and they're getting better, but blank expressionless characters.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering if those would also be rendered super realistic, but still just blank. Faced.
Give me a nice compromise where I can make a character who looks a little bit more like me, but doesn't have to. It could be a cartoon anime version of me. It doesn't have to be a hyper realistic Elden Ring me.
The thing you're always going to run into is that the characters are not very emotive.
Right.
So maybe we just put everyone in V for Vendetta masks.
Okay, some Guy Fawkes stuff.
Yeah, I think that'd work.
Or
right?
bring Fortnite emotes into Pokemon.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
We should just have the Fortnite people make the next Pokemon game.
It would probably sell really well.
Pokemon's selling, yeah. Because Splatoon 3 is going to choose the next Splatfest.
Right.
And Patrick and I, we are more casual Pokemon fans. We've dabbled in some of the games. We played Sun and Moon. We picked up Sword and Shield. I think both you and I probably tapped out about 7 hours in.
Right. You played a lot of Let's Go. I played a fair amount.
I did. I loved Let's Go.
Legends Arceus.
I agree with you. Let's Go was a really refreshing moment in time for Pokemon.
Do you know what I loved about Let's Go is the catching mechanic.
Totally.
Yeah.
Because I hate the normal Pokemon catching mechanic.
No,
you
it's
have to
bad.
Get it to faint. I do not like that
no,
at all.
They can't faint.
Did you play Arceus?
No, I didn't, but Patrick did.
That is, what do you think?
I played 7 hours.
Oh no!
No, but I really liked my time with it. We talked about it on your show.
That's right. That's right.
But yeah, no, I liked how much just sneaking up and throwing Pokeballs was that you could beat them down and then throw the ball out. But
so as casual fans, we feel like we need some sort of rubric to help us figure out what team we should rep in the Splatoon 3 Splatfest. And then also,
do you think going into this that you have a preference for one of the starter types?
I don't think so. I think I think this is about to be put to the test, that I'm pretty unbiased, that I don't see type necessarily.
Nice.
I just look at how cute they are and I make that determination. But that may not end up being true.
That's what I think too.
Yes. So you also think that you don't see type.
I also think that I don't necessarily have a type.
That's
as I've explained to my partner.
Yeah, and I feel the same. That I don't think that I have a preference for any one of these types. I think if anything, I'm biased against fire types.
Patrick said.
Isn't water much more destructive IRL in our living, breathing world?
Well, in defense of waterboarding, I would rather be underwater than on fire. Is all I'm saying.
Interesting.
So I think I'm biased against fire, but I don't know. Maybe I'm. I do like the Chimchar. I think it's a little monkey.
Yeah.
What's not to like? So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through each of the generations, and we are going to look at these starter Pokemon, and we are going to each individually rank them 1, 2, 3. If Pokemon gets first place from us, it's gonna get 10 points. Second place is gonna get 7. Third place is gonna get 4. And if we ever encounter a Pokemon that we each get 1 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down throughout this entire process. Thumbs up means it gets 3 extra points. from whatever we've awarded. Thumbs down means it gets 3 points from what we just awarded it. And then at the end of this, we're going to total up all of the types together and see where our type preference lies.
Just one point of order. Do we have to use our thumbs up and thumbs down, or
No.
can you go through the entire?
You can go through the entire thing.
Generations.
Also, I'm going to say that if we get to the end and you're like, wait a minute, it turns out I really like that. I want to give out my thumbs up like retroactively. I think you can do that.
Oh, okay.
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 Can you change? So if you're like, I want to give my thumbs up to Bulbasaur, and then later I'm like, no, I'm going to give it to Squirtle. Can I do that? Which I'm not going to.
I was gonna say that would be a wild.
Yeah. I'm going to say no, just because that feels like it's hard to keep track of.
Okay. All right.
Unless you think it's worth it.
No, I don't. I don't think it's worth it.
If you think it's worth it, Mark, I'll do it.
Nope.
I'll keep track if you think it's a good idea.
Nope. I
Okay.
mean, I reserve the right to change my mind, but no.
All right. Good. I feel good.
I feel good.
Okay, so we're going to start with the Gen 1. Kanto, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Mark, you can pull up the images on the TV.
Okay, so this is going to be the hardest one right away for me.
Because they're classics.
They're classics. They're the only ones. Not the only ones I care about. They're the ones I care about the absolute most.
Right,
Okay.
yes.
So
They've just been with us for so long.
yeah.
Each
yeah.
one has a little piece of our heart in
Yeah.
them.
Ugh. Yeah.
Do you remember who you started
Crud.
first?
I do. Do you? Do y'all?
Yeah. Were you about to call us you people?
No, I was about to say you guys, but then I'm a y'all guy. I'm a
Mhm.
I grew up in Texas. I'm a
I've
y'all
actually
guy.
only played yellow, so like Pikachu was my starter.
Do you get all three though in that game?
I know, but I play. Oh, I
Do
don't
you,
remember.
or I
It's been
can't
so,
remember.
It's been so long.
Mark said, I know, and then was like, no, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't remember. I never played yellow. So Bulbasaur was my first.
Bulbasaur was my first.
And I feel like I'm going to pick Bulbasaur just to be authentic to that
Mhm.
11-year-old boy. But I don't know if I don't think that's the I don't know if I think.
Do
that's
you
the
do you
coolest.
remember why it was like Bulbasaur? Like why, as an 11-year-old, you were like, that's the one.
Neutral baby? There was red and blue.
Oh,
And they
You
had
picked
the
the one
big.
in the
I was
middle.
like, I'll pick the neutral.
Yeah.
One. Yeah.
We're all very conflict averse, is what I'm hearing. I don't like fire because it's too violent. I think I chose. No, I don't know why I chose the Bulbasaur. I don't have a rationale behind why that was my first Pokemon.
Yeah.
I know my brother picked the Charmander.
Right.
So I wasn't gonna pick the Charmander.
A bit of an edgelord choice that I can respect.
Yeah.
Because it does. I mean, just the art of Charizard looks, I think, like one out of the three, maybe the second coolest.
Yeah.
I do think Blastoise looks the coolest for me.
I
And
think Squirtle's evolutions
Yeah.
are the funniest.
They
Yeah.
are
Where
pretty
like
funny.
he goes from just like this little baby looking thing to
Yeah.
having like literal cannons coming out of his turtle shell
Yep.
in the back.
And if you watched the anime, there's the Squirtle Squad,
Yes.
which was the
Yeah.
best stuff on TV at the time.
That's right.
So I think I know how I rank these guys, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna go. I think for me, Bulbasaur is number 1,
Mhm.
Squirtle is number 2,
Mhm.
Charmander is number 3.
Put me down for that too.
That's okay.
That's
Jeremy and I
me. Yeah.
going in
Yeah.
the same here. Mark, do you
I-
know how you
I
want to
do.
play this?
I think I do. I think I'm gonna say Squirtle first.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
back
t-
that up.
Okay.
Justify yourself.
Yeah, so I really think Squirtle's, like I said, his evolutions are really funny to me. And then I also just really like you were talking about like Squirtle Squad. I think that's really funny. Like Charmander for me, and especially like Charizard, I don't feel like I don't think of Charizard as having that much personality. I think of Charizard as being cool,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't. But like,
But just because he's like dragon.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like Charizard would not talk to me in high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
We end up basing a lot of our rankings on who would talk to Mark in high school.
Yeah.
we do.
But
That
it's
is
true.
It's the filter through which I see the world for sure. So I would say Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander third.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we are not giving out any of our honorific thumbs up, thumbs down.
I don't
on
think
this.
so. I think I'm gonna save them for some of the crazier ones later.
All right, great. And again, we can always go back. This is settled now. This is settled precedent. We are moving on to Generation 2. The Johto region.
Wait, sorry. Here's why I don't like this game to go back and why we should not do that. Because you could game the system and just wait until the very end and then be like, see your points, and then be like, I'm gonna like go back and I want to give bonus points to something.
We're creating a bloodbath situation.
Here's what I would like to. Here's what I would like to pose. I'm the only one that can see our totals at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So you will have to trust me to be an unbiased arbiter here.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Here's something I can do. It's totaling them in real time right now. I can change the color of the text in the Excel sheet to white, so I can't see it until the time is no.
That'll be.
That's
I
too
trust
much.
you. I'm
saying we go sicko mode and commit and don't go back.
Okay.
No going back.
No going back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you want to deploy either your thumbs up or your thumbs down now,
you have to do it now.
You have to do it now before we leave the generation.
So. The generation. Yep.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to. I like a gut reaction in the moment. I want to either fall in love or.
You know, one of these starters is gonna make you puke.
Yes.
You just know it.
I do. I do know that. Okay, on to Generation 2. We're talking Johto. We got the Chikorita, the Cyndaquil, and the Totodile. I gotta say, these are not my favorite. This is not my favorite gen of starter.
I think this was a little bit of a bust.
Mm-hmm.
Although I love so much about the other Pokemon they introduce in this game.
Sure.
I think the starters are a little bit of a bust. The only one that stands out to me is Totodile in terms of I love the design all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
But I know, but my number one is gonna be Cyndaquil.
My number one is also Cyndaquil.
Yeah. This is weird.
It is weird.
It is weird. I'm
worried.
And
that's why.
And I had to.
And I don't want to argue
stick
with
its like not great looking evolutions all the way down to evolution. Where like it's just more mass. It's like more mass.
There's something about the straight line that he represents, right? Like
Sure.
he doesn't have the modern evolution thing of like it's a cat, now it stands, and then it's
and now it's a hot
wrestler. Now I lust after it.
Yeah. Right.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like a bigger, dumber version of itself with each evolution,
which feels true to life.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I will.
What does that mean?
Yeah. I also want to point out that Chikorita to me doesn't really look like a Pokemon, and I cannot explain why.
The original. Okay, so I think I'm going Chikorita first.
Whoa. Okay.
But I agree with you that there's something wrong with Chikorita.
Do you know where
it doesn't feel right?
So I sort of agree with that. I almost feel like it should be on a box of Mighty Mix. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like a mistake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It looks like Bandai Namco. It's a third-person platformer by Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco catching strays over here.
Like maybe you see that in like Klonoa or something. He shows up.
That's a total Klonoa enemy right there.
Here's what I like about Chikorita. I like that if I were Chikorita, I'd be able to like throw that leaf around, like I'm Ariel in the Little Mermaid. And I'm coming out of the water and I'm like whipping my hair back. Chikorita can do that. It is rare, I feel like, that you have a Pokemon with like a nice braid with like nice hair.
Yeah.
And I kind of like Bayleaf, the second one. I like how it's wearing almost like a hat that one would wear to go to the horse races. You know, like a really fancy hat. And the third evolution is almost like I've been stylish, but now I'm retired. I am living in Nova Scotia. I'm an art teacher, and I wear these like flowery moo things.
Oh no, that's interesting because I read the flower around its neck as like a lei almost, like it's retired.
Sure,
to Hawaii.
yeah, it's retired to the eye. So like I feel like Chikorita is not.
Oh, Lola, sorry.
Yeah, Lola. Chikorita is not me in any way, but it is Chikorita is what I aspire to be.
So that's an aspirational pick.
Yeah, so Chikorita number 1 for me, Cyndaquil number 2, and Totodile I think is really cute, but it feels almost pandering.
Yeah, I agree.
In how like cute it is.
I mean, look at Croconaw. First of all, say the name with me.
Croconaw.
Croconaw.
That's good.
That's good. And his little mohawk, I think that's perfect. He makes me think that not only is he a little crocodile, he's a little dinosaur.
He's got a little Bowser energy a little bit.
Yes, serious Bowser. Look at that underbite. He's my number 2.
Ooh, yeah. Cyndaquil, Totodile, Chikorita in that order for me. I think But I do want to say I think Bayleaf is the best looking of all of the whole grid. I do think Bayleaf wins this style award.
And I gotta say, maybe the whole generation, pretty good first evolutions. Right? The second, I feel like the second run is always like frequently the worst. It's always like the
troubled teenage years.
Right.
Yeah, like it's not quite the cute thing. It's not quite the giant muscular thing that you're afraid of or attracted to. It is something in between.
Also,
these are all pretty good.
Also, I've got to say, Chikorita, my favorite ABBA song.
All right, we can keep going here. Generation 3, we are going to the Hoenn region. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're talking the Trico, the Torchic, and Mudkip.
I have to say, for me, all three of these pretty great in their own way.
I love this generation.
Yeah, they're good designs. I gotta say, I have a hard time saying no to the Mudkip.
It's just so dumb looking.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Actually, both it and the Torchic have those like lifeless black eyes, like a shark.
Right, a real, yeah. But for some reason on the Mudkip, it reads as like blank.
Yes.
You know, where it's like, I don't know if the Mudkip has anything going on in its mind.
No, it has no idea what's happening.
Wow.
The Trico looks like it's on drugs.
Yeah.
I think this is a fantastic generation with fantastic designs all the way down. I think they all look good. Look at Combuskin? Yeah, Combuskin. Combuskin looks like that. Those feet. Yes. Doing a disco thing.
Yeah. Which makes the name even cooler.
Yeah.
Blaziken.
I will say this is a tough one because I also don't have much experience with this generation.
Right.
Yeah, me neither.
So no nostalgia here.
I am biased against birds. Don't care for them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't need them in my life.
Owl exception, of course.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
I had to really
You're
think
pro
about
owl.
it. I'm pro a owl.
A owl.
There is a single owl.
Okay.
Jeremy, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go Torchic, Trico, Mudkip.
Okay, so Torchic is your number 1.
Yeah.
Trico number 2, and Mudkip number 3.
Yes. Is the evolution of Torchic that
It's because I vaguely remember picking Torchic.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And then I think Trico is interesting, even though I'd argue Trico doesn't really look like a Pokemon to me either.
Trico kind of looks like a Simpsons character.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Looks like a lizard, just kind of like a lizard with arms. And then Mudkip is such an interesting design, but I don't emotionally respond to it. But I can recognize that it's doing things that Pokemon don't usually do.
Okay.
And I like that in it.
So Mudkip is my number 1.
Yeah.
And I do this with full knowledge and awareness that its evolutions I don't like.
You don't like Marshtomp?
I don't like Marshtomp. I don't like Swampert. I think the Mudkip is perfect. I think it's the best design on this grid.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's just so cute. And what's going on with the white tail?
Yeah.
I just love it. I just want to pick it up in like 2 hands.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just like hold it up to me.
Yeah.
So I feel like Torchic has the best evolutions for
which
sure.
is why it's my number 2.
Yeah, I don't really understand what's going on with Trico and Trico's evolutions.
They look similar to me to Torchic's in like what they're trying to present, like a lot of sharp edges and a lot of like kicks are involved in both of them. You know,
it's interesting that Torchic, they were like in each of the evolutions they're like more legs, right? Like and in for Trico they're like more tail. And I feel like more legs wins over more tail.
I see. You don't mean like quantity. It doesn't
right,
have like 6 legs. It's
that's
just more leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So how are you feeling here, Mark?
Okay. So I guess even though I did slack birds, I'm gonna say Torchic is my number 1. Mudkip is my number 2, and Trico's my number 3.
Okay. And any honorifics here for anyone?
No, I don't.
Yet.
I don't hate. I'm really itching to give my thumbs down, but I don't hate any of these so far.
No.
Right. Me neither.
No.
Let's move on to Generation 4, the Sinnoh region. We got the Turtwig, we've got the Chimchar, we've got the Piplup. There's a nice sort of rhythm to the way each of these names is presented here. Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup.
Now, I believe Chimchar is an internet favorite, right? Am I right about this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think people like the Chimchar. I think Infernape is a perfect pun.
That's right. Yeah.
Monferno is a little tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wait, what is it?
I think it's supposed to be Monkey
Inferno.
Monferno. Piplup and Prinplup? I don't like that naming convention, but Empoleon I like.
Empoleon is good.
Empoleon is
yeah,
funny.
Empoleon is very good. I love Empoleon like having this big like cape type thing, like he's about to go to the opera.
Right. I do love that actually.
Yeah, that is good. Turtwig not getting a lot of love in this conversation.
I don't like Turtwig that much, I don't think.
I don't think I do either.
He's like a low rent Bulbasaur.
Oh, tough but fair.
Boy, that is
I
tough.
feel like the little leaves on his head, and this must be purposeful, right? Like the propeller beanie type thing going on.
Oh yeah, yep, absolutely.
Which is not the look of a starter you respect.
No, it's not a dignified look.
No.
All I want from my starter Pokemon is to be able to respect him.
Right.
It is interesting that like a biome is growing on its back, but it doesn't read as like powerful to me. It just reads as unkept.
Yeah.
Slow.
Yeah.
Someone put a terrarium on a tortoise.
Yeah, like when sloths get like moss on them because they just move too slow.
That's exactly.
It's like,
that's
oops,
cool. That is
an
cool.
entire environment
Yeah.
grew on my back.
And I'm also kind of, not that it really matters because I don't really take this into account. Like the final evolution types, Water Steel is such a cool customer. I think.
Yeah.
You're walking into the party as a Water Steel type.
Yeah, you're a
That's rare.
you're a
Ice
GD
cold.
submarine.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Firefighting, played out. Grass ground,
right.
played out.
Yeah,
Water
grass
Steel-
ground frankly sounds redundant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Water Steel, very interesting combo.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we are circling a lot of the same conclusions here.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, you want to give us your ranking first?
I'm going to go. This is actually really hard because I like Chimchar, the like starter evolution, the most of the three designs.
Yeah.
But I really like Empoleon at the end for Piplup, and I don't. Okay, so like Piplup has this kind of like onesie baby, like pajama thing. I am torn. I'm going to say Chimchar.
Chimchar.
I just really like that starter form much more than I like Turtwig or Piplup.
So Chimchar number 1,
Piplup number 2,
Turtwig number 3.
Yeah.
I'll go next. And I think I'm doing the same as you. I think I like the Chimchar the most, followed by the Piplup, and then the Turtwig, who I think is pretty bad. I think the Turtwig's pretty bad.
I do too. I'm going to deviate a little bit. I'm going to be the outlier here, and I'm going to give Piplup the number 1 spot here.
You're going to give him some Pip love.
Even though I do think I bought this game on Switch and picked Chimchar. I'm going to pick Piplup, Chimchar, Turtwig.
I mean, do you ever pick a character in a game knowing that it's not your favorite?
Yeah.
Being like, I should really eat my vegetables.
Yeah.
I do that. I punish myself when I'm
That's
having fun.
a good episode of some show is eating your video game vegetables.
Oh,
where you feel
yeah.
almost
Yes.
pressured into
Yes.
making certain choices.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be my evil run.
You're right.
Whatever.
Oh, good luck.
No one wants to play
Yeah,
that.
no one's doing the evil run.
All right, we are moving on now to Generation 5. We are
This is a
in
cool
Unova.
bunch. I like this bunch.
We are talking about the Snivy, the Tepig, and the Oshawott.
Oh, man.
Let me just say, I know we were just ragging on the Piplup for looking like a baby. Oshawott,
It works.
it works.
Yeah.
It looks like he's wearing a onesie with a shell on the onesie.
Yeah. These are... I'm going to say these are incredible designs. I think all the way through for most of them. Look at how you would never guess Samurott from Oshawott, like how that develops.
That's true.
Wild.
It's pretty crazy.
Look at Embor.
Embor is a lot.
Yeah.
Is
Embor looks like he's walking out of Breath of the Wild
That's
with like
Ganon.
the design.
That's Ganon. I love it. Snivy's whole thing is
I
it gets
love
more
Snivy.
sinuous and it
Yeah.
gets more dragon-like and
And I love its kind of like snooty upturned nose in that first look. I love Pig Knight, who looks just like a wrestler, like a professional wrestler.
Yeah,
ready to take to the ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will say I don't really love Tepig's like first evolution or like his first look.
You don't like Tepig?
I feel like it looks just a little basic.
It's giving that that what is that? Those little pigs everyone loves, the baby tiny
Like a
ones.
teacup
pig.
pig?
Yeah, it's giving that kind of.
It is giving that. I gotta say, the tail that's like a regular pigtail, but with a big red ball on the end. What's happening there? What is that?
Yeah.
Can someone help me out?
Is it weighted?
Or is it like a rubber ball?
like that meme where they take all the posters from the movies, all the characters with the same kind of like snide face.
Sure.
I feel like that's what like Tepig has going on, where it's just like, can you believe I'm in this mess? that's what Tepig looks like.
Yeah,
he's
that's
saying.
true. Tepig is maybe too cool to be in the thing that he's in. Wow. Maybe it's like the head of a match.
Oh,
Maybe.
that's.
But why would it be springy?
It wouldn't be. I've
Yeah.
never a springy
It
match.
feels dangerous.
It does feel dangerous.
Yeah.
Also, it feels like it'd be so hard to strike. 'Cause it would just
be like, come on, match.
Maybe actually that's the point, is that you just like pull it back and let it
Oh.
strike.
Oh,
against the-
there you go.
I just invented
That's
something
smart
great.
thinking, Yeah.
Thank you, Tepig.
Thank you, Tepig. I think Tepig is bottom of the barrel for me. I think he's my number 3. I got to put the Oshawott number 1, which means that I am putting the Snivy at number 2.
Ooh, of the evolutions, I think I'm my favorite. I kind of go Snide number 1. I really kind of like its like snide, like superior type thing going on. Tepig number 2, and then Oshawott.
So we no
number
longer
3.
care about whether it would talk to you in high school. Because the Snivy's not talking to you in high school.
The Snivy's
That's true.
No, that's true. Look, you can't be friends with everybody,
Right.
but I feel like Snivy and I would have some sort of connection. Maybe there's a band that we both really like Belle and Sebastian, I bet.
Yeah.
So
Do you like Bell and Sebastian?
I do, yeah.
I
yeah.
love Bell and Sebastian.
So I think
Do you like Bell and Sebastian?
Yeah, of course I like Bill and Sebastian.
I think
I
Snivy
think Snivy likes Bell and
I
Sebastian.
think Snivy likes Belle and Sebastian.
I really do. Yeah.
Snivy probably introduced me to Belle and Sebastian in high school, to be
Oh,
completely
boy.
honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then forgot
We're
about
both
it.
in journalism class.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oof. Okay. All
Jeremy,
right.
rank these bad boys.
Tepig.
Oshawott, Snivy.
I'm not giving the grass types a lot of love, and I'm wondering why green's my favorite color. Bulbasaur was my number 1
Mhm.
originally. We'll see if I
We'll see if the
I
trend
can get there. I
continues,
can get
yeah.
there, but I love Tepig.
Well, that was great. Let's move on to the next generation. Generation 6, the Kalos region. We're talking Chespin,
Oh,
Fennekin,
yeah.
and Froakie. Now, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong, but Froakie ended up being our best starting Pokemon when we did this exercise
I was trying to remember
years ago.
Yeah, with special guest Oscar Montoya. I was
Mhm.
trying to remember because it came down between Froakie and Rowlet and Greninja. I honestly
yes.
can't remember
I think the
where
Green
we.
Ninja tipped it.
Yeah, so I think we did end up with. I think Froakie did make it.
And mind you, this was so long ago that 2 whole generations of Pokemon have come out since
that's
then.
right. That's right. Well, I'll tell you right now, Chespin,
Yeah.
getting my thumbs down.
He's getting your thumbs down.
Yeah.
Really?
Don't like anything
Oh,
about
no.
Chespin. There is nothing. I don't like the evolutions. I don't
Oh,
like its
no.
original form.
Mm.
Thumbs down all the way down.
You don't care for Chestnut?
I like the idea. I think the execution
what
is-
way?
Yeah. I think it's funny that it turns into this kind of like mech type thing.
It does seem like
I don't get it. I think it's migrants, but I'm sorry, thumbs down.
That is really hard. I was flirting with Chespin. I was thinking Chespin was looking nice to me right now. Like, I like that I don't know what it is, and it's got its hat and stuff. Like, it's not like signaling like squirrel or cat or anything.
Yeah.
It's kind of
throughout. Like, there's no point in
Yeah.
its evolution where you can tell me what it's supposed to be.
right. We know exactly what Fennekin is all the way down.
Yep. It's just a little fox.
But your passion convinced me,
Whoa.
Mark. That this is a rare thing, I feel like, where someone's passion just.
Well, I don't want to sway you because like
You did.
Okay.
You did. It's done.
It's too late.
Froakie, though, I think wins the generation, right? Because
it does
we
for
have
me.
evidence. Smash. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Not that it matters, but Greninja being in Smash, I think. I also think the next one was my second favorite. So I'm gonna go for Justin.
Okay, so Jeremy's going Froakie, number 1, Fennekin Chespin number 2.
Nope, Fennekin number 2.
Fennekin number 2.
Yep.
Chespin number 3. Mark, you're putting the Chespin at number 3 plus your thumbs down, so it only has 1 point.
That's
for
right.
You.
See you in hell, Chespin. But I'm gonna have what Jeremy's having. I'm gonna do Froakie number 1, Fennekin number 2, and Chespin number 3. And one thing I want to point out about Fennekin, which I've never really noticed before, but especially like its second evolution, I feel like it is pretty rare for Pokemon to have like very like feminine like evolutions, but Fennekin actually does.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Although I will say it's slightly doing that thing I don't like, which is like the whole, Rule 34 of the
No,
the
it
whole
is so
thing.
true.
You know what I
Fennekin
mean? Like,
has some real like hither eyes.
Yes. Well, there will be more. We'll get to one. Very,
I'm in agreement, although I will not admit an attraction to Fennekin, no matter how much it evolves.
I don't think you said that.
No.
I think what we
I think I heard you both loud and clear.
You're denying your true self, and you're the loser in that
Look,
situation.
I know what denying my true self looks like. This is not that. All right, we are moving on to the next region, which I can't believe we're already at Gen 7.
Wow.
We're at the Alolan Pokemon.
These are also really great.
The Rowlet, the Litten, and the Poplio.
Ooh, I love all these.
These are all very good.
Yeah. I'm surprised I didn't like this game more. I
It's
should
a
go
pretty-
back. I
it's a
should go
pretty
back and
good
play.
game.
I should go back and play this game.
It's a pretty good game.
I never played Ultra, and
Yeah.
that is what, if I was going to go back, I would play
do the
Ultra.
Ultra?
Sun and
Yeah, I
Moon,
would do that too.
I should play this.
So, I mean, Rowlet is one of my all-time favorite
Yeah,
starters.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and put him at my number 10.
He's my 10
right now.
too. You
I-
can put
I
me down
love
there.
his- Are we
all
Rowlet.
10s?
Yeah.
I love his evolution. I love his kind of like emo teenager phase, and then his full-on like hooded. I still have no idea how to say his final evolution.
I believe it's unpronounceable.
Oh gosh, Decidui?
Yeah.
Decidui, yes. What does it mean? What does it
Des meaning what? 10? Deck meaning 10?
mean?
Oh, does he have?
Decidui.
What? 2, 3, 4. I was gonna look to see if he had like 10 like feather type things, but yeah. Litten I like because it's a total glow up.
Mm-hmm.
Torracat, though, I feel like is this is the king example of like they knew what they wanted to start with, they knew where they wanted to end, and then they had,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, a bigger cat for the
Yeah.
second one.
Although I do like how it has like gills, or not gills, like fins. Like I know, but they look like fins at the beginning, and then he gets these like really wide ones. I don't know. Torracat is relatable to me,
Mm-hmm.
and Poplio I really like the kind of like clown
Yeah.
thing, but I don't really get its other ones.
I'm gonna go Poplio second actually because
Poplio second for
he-
Jeremy.
It's got what I would describe as like big freak energy.
Oh,
like,
totally.
So like I maybe my glasses are I can't tell what Brion is at all. Like I don't even know what shape that is.
Yeah,
What?
no, I mean,
Where's the head? Oh yeah. What is that?
yeah, it's just like a freaky seal.
That is something that Sonic the Hedgehog would jump on its head.
Oh, and you would feel bad for doing it.
But this,
too.
is, but this is it. Oh, and I kind of is this last one like a
Pre-Marina.
the
so like a
Primarina?
Like it's a
prima,
prima donna?
Yeah,
Yeah.
prima
Oh, I
donna.
love-
Also, here's another one that's a
That's
little
so
more feminine
cool.
too. Yeah.
It's a mermaid seal.
Yeah, white seal with long green hair.
I love it. Yeah.
That said, I can't say no to the professional wrestler Cat. So he's gonna be-
Incineroar,
yeah,
another Smash Brother
That's true.
entry. So
And maybe part of why I like the character as much as I do is that I like playing him in Smash.
So
He's
I
great
think
in
I'm
Smash.
going to go Rowlet number 1,
Mhm.
and Rowlet is going to get my thumbs up.
See, now I was
Nice.
considering doing the same.
Yeah, Rowlet's going to get my thumbs up.
I'm
and
gonna
then-
do it too. Rowlet's getting my thumbs
I
up.
mean, you got to put me in there, right? I'll do it.
Oh my
number
gosh,
3.
we're all Rowlet freaks.
And Poplio would be my second, and then Litten would be my third.
Yeah.
Although
What
man,
a strong generation.
of really good starters.
These are great.
These are great starters. All right, let's do the 8th generation, the Galar region. We're talking about Grookey, Squirtle, and Sobble. Grookey's pretty good. Grookey, I love Grookey. Grookey gang. Grookey gang. Look how playful he is, and I know Scorbunny is also pretty playful too. But like, he seems playful in a I'm gonna have fun sort of way. Grookey is playful in a we're gonna have fun kind of way.
And its evolutions are ridiculously good looking too. Like Thwacky and Rillaboom, I think their design is just so good.
It's
I
really good.
I love them. I Score Bunny was who I chose for the game,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to go back to Grookey, I think, as my favorite. Now, I don't think I knew all this when I went in, because
all
I'll
of
also say,
the
like,
evolution.
I've looked at Cinderace. I played from behind Cinderace so much. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At first, no, I did not know what you meant. I'm glad that you persevered, because now I do know what you mean.
Because the POV shot
Right.
is always from behind, and
Right.
I did not like how humanoid Cinderace looked.
Yes.
And so
I would say the
that
same
rubbed
is
me
true
the
of
wrong-
Raboot, too.
Well, especially speaking of having like Klonoa energy, Reboot.
Yes, Reboot's big Klonoa. Yeah.
I like
BCE.
Sobble's evolution into this kind of like international man of mystery.
Yeah, I like that too.
But I don't get the Gigantamax like evolution where it becomes like a sprinkler or something.
Whoa.
I think we have to ignore Gigantamax.
Well,
because
I would love to, except Grookey has like a drum kit
yeah,
that
right,
is just like
right.
amazing.
It's pretty cool.
We can ignore the part of it that we don't like, is what I'm saying. Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm sorry to do this, but Sobble, there's a reason you get bullied, buddy. There's a reason that you're always crying.
Wow,
and
blaming
getting
the
shoved
victim.
in no, look,
Tough love.
this is tough love, Sobble. You're getting my thumbs down.
Yeah.
Wow.
I won't give it the thumbs down, but I will go Grookey, Score Bunny, Sobble, that order.
And I will go Grookey, Sobble, Score Bunny. I have never really taken to Score Bunny for whatever reason.
Is that a Band-Aid on Score Bunny's nose? Because that's
how I've
makes
always read it.
Score Bunny very interesting. If it's a Band-Aid.
Right. It's like a secret that only Score Bunny knows.
It's a little guy. Yeah.
Well, and his mom who put it on there.
That's right.
Right,
That's right. On his
yeah.
boo-boo.
Yeah.
All right, we are now moving into the current, yes, the current, the Paldea region. So there's information that we don't have here. We have only the base forms, the Sprigatito, the Fuecoco, and the Quaxley.
Arguably the most pure expression of this exercise, though.
That's true.
That's true.
Where we have literally nothing to go on
Nothing.
other than these names and images. We have no experience playing as any of them.
Yeah.
We want to get them all.
I will
Catch them
say
all.
these are incredible designs, too. I actually am responding really well to all three. Is there any that you guys just do not like the look of?
No, I agree with you. I think that they are all like I like Sprigatito has this kind of like really almost like excited, like, oh, let's like go get him type of like energy.
Yeah.
Fuecoco has those dumb little arms that you just want to like shake his hand.
Yeah, it's true.
And then Quaxley's got the hair going on.
Yeah.
I think Quaxley's gonna he's gonna play you a song he wrote on the piano.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
He might stop the party to do it, but
It'll be pretty good.
yeah.
It'll be like it's like he's like the Pokemon Jason Schwartzman. Does that make sense?
Oh,
Wow.
yes, that does make sense.
Yeah. Sprigatito is obviously the most 420 friendly.
Yes.
Oh,
of the
for
three.
sure.
It's 100% a pot leaf around its neck,
Mhm.
like for sure.
And Fuecoco, I think, wins the best name award. Like that name, Fuecoco.
It is fun to say.
Is just I mean, you had us do it earlier with another name. You just had to say it, and it was so pleasing.
Fuecoco.
Fuecoco. Fuecoco.
You feel like you not like you're on vacation, but
Yeah.
like you're studying abroad.
Yes.
When you say
yes.
Fuecoco.
And I'm practicing. Yeah.
I have no idea how to rank these.
Oof.
Like
my gut is useless.
I will say, in the listeners have steered me away from this, but one of my problems with Fuecoco in the beginning, especially from the front, looks like it's wearing a diaper. Right, sure. But in fairness, you can tell it's underbelly. Right, 'cause you can see like the tail, like the tail's not sticking out like through a hole in the diaper. Right.
Is that how they handle that on like the TV show Dinosaurs? That the baby has a tail, right, that sticks out through like a
I don't
separate.
know that did we ever see
I don't think we ever
Ever see what? The baby's diaper all the time.
from the front? Did we ever see it from the back?
We gotta, right?
I don't know.
That baby's flying around all the time.
I'm thinking if I was show running,
yeah.
I'd never have the camera go behind baby. I'd always sort of
I completely agree with you.
Only baby from the front.
only baby from the
Maybe
front,
if you're
yeah.
like literally throwing it across the screen,
Which would
Yeah,
happen
much like
frequently on the show.
But I don't know
the
that
baby was a glutton
yeah.
for punishment.
We know these things have good angles and bad angles, right?
Right, that's true,
so
that's true.
Turtles, too, very
Right.
puppets
Yeah,
in general.
right,
they have,
right.
yeah.
I am going to go. I think Fue Coco is my number one. I just really want to shake its little hands.
Yeah, it's great. I love
like
it.
that.
And then I think Quaxley is probably my number 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sprigatito hit the bricks.
Well, I mean, a strong number 3, but a number 3 somebody has to be last, and I think in my case it's Sprigatito.
I think I'm gonna go Fue Coco, Brigatito, Quaxley. Something bugs me about Quaxley, and I think it's because it looks like Farfetch'd to me a little bit, and Farfetch'd, it's got that attitude problem.
Farfetch'd does have an attitude problem,
Mhm.
but I don't think the Quaxley does.
You don't think so? You don't think it's gonna grow up to be a little
Yeah, he will.
punk?
He will grow up to be a little punk, but it's going to be such an interesting journey.
Mhm.
Like, you're going to resent a lot of the things that he says at the dinner table, but then you're going to be like, he's sort of right. You know what I mean?
He's very creative.
He's very creative.
Say it,
I'm
though.
putting him number 1.
Wow.
Fue Coco number 2, and the Sprigatito number 3.
I will be disappointed if Quaxley's evolutions don't like just involve more hair, like more volume. Exactly.
But yeah, long and low, or does it go up?
I think
Marge
like
Simpson
all
style.
directions.
Wow.
Yeah, it goes up and then like parts
Whoa.
because it's growing up, but then like the gravity eventually has its way, and so it has to fall at some
That's
point.
Yeah.
cool.
Like a big, luscious waterfall
Oh
of hair.
yeah, you just want to like curl up in it.
Yeah.
So we've not all deployed all of our thumbs up and all of our thumbs down. Mark, I believe you and I both have. Jeremy, I don't think you've deployed either.
I've deployed my thumbs up. I haven't deployed my thumbs down.
Oh yes, the thumbs up to the Rowlet.
I don't. If we can't go back, right?
We can go back.
I don't think I. I mean, I don't even think I have any.
And anything that you hate: Bulbasaur, Charmander, Chikorita, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip. I guess we should really just be talking about your third places. The Turtwig, Snivy, Chespin. Obviously not Rowlet.
What was the? Let's go up. Let's give. Where did I put Piplup? Piplup was number 2.
No, Piplup was your number 1.
Number 1. Give I got no thumbs down.
You don't have to award a thumbs down if you don't want to.
No.
No thumbs down. Yeah.
All right, no thumbs down. We're keeping it positive here. But we are going to now toss a variable into the mix. We are also going to use the Pokemon Legends Arceus starters, which are, of course, the Rowlet, the Cyndaquil, and the Oshawott, characters that we've all ranked already against other Pokemon.
Weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
weird,
that's
right? This
right.
does a strange thing. Do the math. We have to deal with it.
And all their finals are different, too.
Oh, yes, they're all the Hisuian versions of them.
Oh my gosh! Look at that Decidueye. That looks incredible.
Yeah.
That Typhlosion looks way better.
Yeah, that Typhlosion looks dope.
Yeah.
And even the Samurot's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I
can tell you right now. I'm gonna go in that order. I'm gonna go left to right. I'm gonna go
Okay, so-
Oshawott, Cyndaquil. I'm
Well-
sorry. Rowlet, Cyndaquil, Oshawott.
There we go.
I picked Rowlet for this game and loved that final evolution. Great.
For me, all 3 of these were my number 1 in the generation, which means I have no idea what to do. Like I'm torn up a little bit.
Yeah, you really have to kill your darlings.
You do, Mark. You so do.
Well, what do you think? I am going to go Rowlet number 1, Oshawott number 2, and Cyndaquil number 3.
I guess it makes sense. I'm also going to go Rowlet number 1. We did all give it the thumbs up as well.
True.
Yeah.
So, it's undeniable that that's maybe our favorite Pokemon ever. It looks like he's wearing a bow tie.
Yeah. Is this the owl? Aforementioned
Yes,
owl.
this is the
Yes.
owl
Okay.
exception.
Great.
Wouldn't it be weird if it wasn't?
It would be.
It's like,
I'd be like,
no.
okay,
What?
the second owl. What's another owl?
He likes the Tootsie Pop owl. No one knows why.
That's a good owl.
And then I think I got to go Oshawott and then Cyndaquil.
Wow, Cyndaquil, first to worst.
First worst.
Yep.
All right. So now we've magically totaled everything here.
I have no idea
Okay,
where I landed.
We'll start with Mark. Mark, your third favorite Pokemon type is Fire with 67 points.
Okay, all right, that feels right
I feel
to
like
me.
that tracks. Yeah.
Your second favorite is Water, which means your first favorite with 73 points. So still a close race. A matter of 6 points separates third from first is Grass. Mark prefers Grass.
I would not have thought that, but I feel like I just had like my wow, I'm
horoscope?
totally yes, like a horoscope laid out in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, I guess grass type does make sense.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Look, you got a Grookey, you got a Rowlet, like
Yeah,
it's good. It's good stuff. Jeremy, let's do you next.
Okay.
We'll do third place, Water. Doesn't care for water, 64 points.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
The lowest score of all of these is
Problem.
you think it's too destructive. You said so earlier.
It's too
Second place is Grass with 73 points, which means Jeremy is a fire type main.
That's very shocking to me. It's very shocking to me.
It's
as a Leo,
yeah.
fire sign. I should have seen it coming, but I thought I was a grass man.
Then moving on to me. Third place for me is Fire at 67 points. Second place with 70 points is Grass, which means my preferred type is Water. So we did
oh my gosh,
a three-way split. Jeremy's Fire, I'm Water, Mark is Grass.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, it couldn't have totaled out better, right?
I mean, or more satisfyingly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listeners, don't you dare choose which one of us three is your favorite and then try to use
no,
that.
don't you dare.
Wow. That's amazing. So based on this, we're definitely picking Splatoon. Yes. Types. But are you going to use this to pick your starter for
I feel like I might use this for a lot more now. I feel like I learned a lot about myself.
You're just basing your life off of
I'm literally
where you landed here.
Yeah. I'd rather let this make my decision
than
sit
you have
there
to make
in
a
front of my
decision.
Switch for 30 minutes like I normally do.
Oh, they're all so cute.
Yeah, they're all great.
All right, let's close this out. Jeremy, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much for doing this.
It's been a wonderful time. Jeremy, is there anything you'd like to plug at this point?
You can follow me on Twitter at Ocarina of Crime. Listen to Video Games a Comedy Show anywhere podcasts can be found. If you've listened to this show, you might have heard Connor McCabe on a previous episode. We have a whole network of shows. Call Me by Your Game and Video Games a Comedy Show are very much a part of that. So if you start checking those out, get in that little ecosystem. It's a lot of fun. We're doing a lot of great stuff on our Patreon as well. Patreon.com/radio. But thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was fun and illuminating. We learned a lot about ourselves and each other.
And each other, for
Very
sure.
vulnerable.
Yes.
Situation.
Very vulnerable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I took this journey with you both.
Me too.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Remember, please rate, review, and follow us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you like the episode, you should share it on Facebook or Twitter or any sharing space that you participate in. Follow us on Twitter. I'm at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell. The show is at NinCart Society. And there's a Facebook page, which is just Nintendo Cartridge Society. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Eller saying thank you for listening. All right. So...
It's just so delicate. You're like,
there's a delicate recording situation. I think it's fine. We've got it seems to be recording just fine. Every now and then we get
nothing
a little
bad
error.
has happened.
If somebody is hearing this podcast,
that's right.
We'll know that it all worked out.
So this is all getting cut.
Yeah.